You are back, my glowing angels. I'm E Magic. My spirit team wanted me to write or post a video of my story. So I'm going to be real, raw, and vulnerable and get hot. Honest, open minded, open communication, and transparent. Or hoot. Um, I don't even know where to begin, so I'll guess I'll start from the beginning. I'll keep it short. But when I was young, I didn't feel love, acknowledged, accepted by my family members. So I seek love through people online, seeking validations and again, love from people outside of me, right? And I always felt 1,000 times worse afterwards because they would just leave and ghost me and all this other stuff. So my self esteem wasn't the best, it was just very, it's hurting my heart right now because it's just, I feel a lot of people go through the same things that I have. And a lot of people don't talk about the pain of the past or whatever the situation is. And it's like, yeah, there's a lot. Um, and this is going to be a trigger warning, okay? Like, there's a lot of stuff that I've been through that is triggering for some people. So if it's too much for you already, then just, you don't have to watch. It's but if you're open and honest and ready to just be here with me and hear my story and hold space for me, I will be able to do the same for you because I'm very empathetic and compassionate person. Like I care too much about so many other people and I didn't care about myself. So now I know not to do that as much. Like I care, but I know how to protect myself. Um so yeah, young and dumb, seeking love from all the wrong like in all the wrong places in too many faces, right? Looking for love in all the wrong places in too many faces. Like young and dumb. So sorry. Of the trigger moment, one of the big part of my childhood was when I was 12 years old, my dad committed suicide and I was 12 years old and I remember that day so clearly. And it's such a crazy story because that day he just came back from dropping off my younger sister, who's 8 years old, off at school. And I was going down the stairs, going to high school. And as I was walking down, he was coming up and he was like, I love you, which is really weird because if you're Asians, you don't really talk about your emotions and you'll express your feelings. It's more, did you eat yet? And then they're all like, you're too fat, you're eating too much. So it's just like, yeah. Um, so I went on through with my day. I think I said I love you too because it was just, but with a question mark because it was just so weird to me that he said that to me. And then um, during fifth period, I had a premonition of a blue face. It just flashed in front of my eyes, my third eye. I didn't know what it was, okay? Spiritually is my spirituality is so like recent, but I've always had it from what I've been told from my cousin who passed and like I don't know. But and having that premonition at 12. So, like, it was right before, like, when I got that premonition, that is when he did what he did, you know? So, didn't know what it was, shook it off, and then I was like, so weird. I really didn't know what it was. And then so I just went out through my day, saw my dad's car in the driveway, went home, or yeah, got home, went on the computer, talking to random guys online, and just like he worked night, so I figured he was sleeping. And then probably like a few, maybe an hour later, 30 minutes, I don't know, 30 minutes to an hour later, my sister comes home, knocking on the door, check the thing. My sister, and she was all excited. She was thinking like, oh, they let me walk home from school today, you know, because she's been asking my parents for her to let her do that. So my dad was supposed to pick her up, and he didn't. She said she came home. She said she's hungry. So I was like, okay, I'll make you ravioli. You know, that was her favorite thing to eat. Um, Chef Boyardee. Went to the kitchen, put the can, pour it onto the pot, low heat, and went back on the computer, not doing homework, whatever. Few seconds later, I hear her screaming, Cynthia, come here now. It's, and then like top of her lungs, and then ran over, found my dad. He had hung himself in their bathroom. And that blue face that I saw in fifth period was my dad's. And I don't know what came over me. I don't know why I did what I did, but I called my mom. You're 12. Of course, you call for your parents. I can't call my dad, so I called my mom. Called my mom, let her know what was going on. She thought I was joking. And I said, why would I joke about this? He is gone. Come home now. A few minutes later, she came home. She called the cops, and everything else after that was a blur. The only thing I remember was, well, my sister remembers the burning of ravioli, and like that haunts her. And that blue face that I saw haunts me because it was, you know, um, and don't like me not being emotional about it. It's because I've learned to accept that as the past, and it still hurts. I'm not like, I wish my dad was still here. If I ever get married, like, who's gonna walk me down the aisle and like all that other stuff? Like, it's hard to lose a parent, and it's hard to become a parent at age 12, taking care of my younger sister and my mother. I carried that extra weight on my shoulder. Then people started coming over. My uncle came, his my dad's brother, blamed me, said, why didn't you call the cops instead? And it was just like, in my mind, I was like, I'm 12. My sister's 8. If that, you know, if I had done that, they probably would have removed me and my sister, and I don't know, go into foster care. I don't know, but it's just like, I did the best I could with whatever knowledge I had at the time, right? Like, and I'm not that smart either. Like, I'm really not. But um it's that was one of the like struggles I've dealt with, and like we had to hide my father's death from my grandma, so it was really hard from my mom's mom, not my dad's mom. My dad's mom passed away a few months ago. So like my grandma from my mom's side would ask, "How's everybody? You know, how's your dad doing?" And we'll just say, "He's fine. He's busy." You know, because we didn't want her to worry about us. And so it's a lot. And so dealt with my dad's death. Well, not back then, but recently. You know, I'm 38 now. Will be 39, and like I've carried so much weight of the past on me. I was in so much pain, but nobody seemed to care. And when they did, it wasn't in the way I needed them to, because they just wanted me to change, go to work, lose weight, do this, do that. But they didn't see me, love me, acknowledge me for who I was. So it was just very painful, you know, to not be understood. And how can anybody understand? They didn't go through it. So it is hard, and like I empathize, but yeah, it is what it is. A few years later, I was date raped, um, because I was looking for love in all the wrong places and in too many faces from guys online, hoping they would like give me that love that I was looking for, that validation. And I would overeat, and I would just self sacrifice and self sabotage, just like people please and this and that. And I was the comedian of the family or whatever to make others feel happy so they don't experience my pain. But I don't know if, well, they knew that I was in pain, but they didn't know how to help me, so they just left me alone. So that was that was that was that. You know, it is what it is. Radical acceptance from DBT skills, or I don't know if it from therapy. I learned that from therapy. I cannot change the past, but I can accept it for what it is. It's not right or wrong, but it happened, and it's how I process things from now on. And it's the Eight of Swords. This was me for the longest time, guys. This was me for the longest time. I was stuck in my own depression, in my own anxiety, and just so. And you look up the original if you don't know what that is. But yeah, I was stuck in my own cage for over 25 years. I was just stuck in pain and sorrow and overthinking and feeling not good enough and all that other stuff until like one day I was just like, I got tired of being tired. I don't like feeling like this. I'm not happy, you know? Like, not, and then I heard this quote, what you are not changing, you are choosing. So I started changing my mindset. I started changing the way I did things. I started learning and growing, and it's only recent. Like the shift changed on when I turned 37, you know, but till then that I was Eight of Swords for the longest time, right? Like I was just stuck in the past, stuck in victim mode. I was stuck in blaming myself and other people. Why does my life suck? Blah 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 blah. Like, why didn't anybody love me for me? So through therapy, through art therapy, I slowly you know, gain confidence in myself. I started losing weight. I used to be 280 pounds, my heaviest. My A1C was at 11 point something for I'm type 2 diabetic. And now I'm 200 ish pounds. So like I lost over 80 pounds. Look at all the extra weight. I'm gaining muscles. I'm changing the way I see myself, feel about myself, and treating myself. So I started with self love, self care, self respect. And at the time, it was easier said than done. Like it's not easy, especially when you want to unalive yourself. Like I've had experiences where I thought about, oh, what if I just did this or did that? But I knew that whatever my pain was would not end with me. It would go to my mom and my sister, and I didn't want that. So I held on to the pain. I pretended to be happy. I made other people happy, however it was, like just cheering them up, making stupid jokes, just whatever it was to avoid the pain. But the pain was still there, and it's only recent that it's like I was able to accept things for what it is, for to accept myself for as I am. Like it takes consistency, it takes strength, it takes your willpower to do things that you are not used to because you want to, not because you have to or forced to, because it never works out that way. I self sabotage when people told me to lose weight. I did, I lost weight, I got compliments, but I self sabotage because I didn't like how that felt. Now I'm like, yes, I work hard. I am like, I'll have my bat arms, but I still have my muscles, like I still have my stomach, but I'm still working towards it. I have amazing legs. Even my trainer back in California was jealous of them because I walked all the time, So there's pros and cons to everything. I've learned that there's duality in life, and like learning to accept the my inner child's shadow self. When I merged the two, I became my highest self. And like I quantum leaped April 17, 2026. So just recently, we're in May and towards end of May. So it's like it takes time and it takes consistency to get me where I am. And I didn't do it alone. I felt alone, okay? I really felt alone. My sad crying song used to be Michael Jackson, You Are Not Alone. I would be like, yes, I am. There's nobody here who loves me, understands me, and blah, 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 blah. But now it's my guardian angel song. It's my spirit team song. It's I am not alone, So like uh, sometimes I do feel super lonely. I really do. I wish other people would understand me, but nobody took the time to get to know me. They just have an idea of me. And it's really difficult to be vulnerable, right? We're always been told to be a certain way, and it's just so exhausting. Like everything is so AI now, right? There's AI for everything. It just feels so, it's like fake to me, It's not real, but it looks so realistic. And it's just like, how will you know what is true when everything has been so, you have to be a certain way to be accepted by society? So I rather be real than to be fake. And Bob Marley said, it's like, if you're perfect, you are not real. If you are real, you are not perfect. And nobody is perfect. So that means you're real. So live your life genuinely so that you can shine your light. The pain of my past became my purpose. I am now speaking up for the people who are thinking about, or like, I found my clarity through tarot reading, spirituality, and connecting to my spirit team and like my inner child self, highest self, my grandma, my dad, and like my cousins that had passed. Like they've told me stories of like, well, my cousin John, right? When he was young, when we were younger, I think he said he was 16 and I was 2. And he was like, yeah, when you were 2 and I was in love with my wife, back then girlfriend, Maggie, my mom didn't accept her for her and didn't want me to be with her. But whatever I did, I don't know, I was 2, made him like, was like kind of blank you to the mom and just married her anyways. And like, he passed away through cancer. She's still alive. But it's just like, that was his love of his life. And he was able to stand up to his mother to be like, no, I love this woman and I'm going to be with her anyways, and I'm 2. I don't freaking know. Like, it was just, that's what he told me when I connected to him. Um, he's one of my guardian angels. And so they're they're telling me that I have like a huge heart and that I don't see how wonderful I am because I'm so compassionate and loving. And they're reminding me of the story where I was on the bus and the lady was crying and I just gave her tissue because I saw her pain. I saw that nobody else would care, nobody else would notice, nobody, oh, I see it, but I'm just going to ignore it. It's not my problem. You know, my dad, committed suicide. He was dealing with depression. His mom passed away. My mom, or my dad's mom, my grandma passed away. The landlord was raising the rents. He got fired from his job, so he was dealing with depression, but he didn't know what it was, and he saw a lot of horrible things during the Vietnam War. So he didn't know how to handle or express the pain, and especially being male, men don't cry, men don't do this, blah 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 blah. It's like such bullshit. Okay, it is BS. Like, it's we've been told and conditioned not to feel our feels, right? We've been told and conditioned that vulnerability, emotions is a wasteless, like useless thing. But that's so false, because why else would we have these emotions? Why, like, we were born this way. So acknowledge your feels, express yourself. If you are hurting, go seek help. It doesn't have to be with people because I get the shame, I get the guilt, I understand that. So it's better or it's easier to talk to somebody else. And if that's not the right therapist for you, go look for a different one. Like, use your voice. I'm getting Ariel, the Little Mermaid, to speak your truth. Be your own authentic self. I really truly believe if everyone was seen, loved, acknowledged, accepted for who they are, and that when life is not so much of a struggle, because, like, there's no more middle class, and the middle class is suffering. You're either rich or poor, and then, yeah. Spirit team, should I post this video? Yeah. Okay, I'll post this video. Is there anything else? Oh, so yeah. Then my grandma passed away, both grandmas passed away, and I have these flowers to represent them. And I have my bee, the little yellow bee is my dad, and the flowers, May 5th was the anniversary of his death, so I did a little bee for him. And Mother's Day was around the corner, or when I got them done. So these were for my grandma. Sent flowers to my mom, who's still here. But yeah, it's just everything I do has a meaning and it has a purpose. But yeah, um, I met a guy when I was 25 through a ex friend. When it was just when I met him, it was good on paper, but I knew he wasn't the one for me when we met. But I just got with him anyways. And I've told him, like I've talked to him about it, and it's just, yeah, it wasn't fair to him. It really wasn't. But I think we needed each other when we did, because he was thinking about unaliving himself when he turned 30. So I met him when I was 27. He was 3 years older than me. Yeah. So if I hadn't met him, he would have unalived himself when he turned 30. It's so crazy. But yeah, like he had his own depression and dealing with his own pain. But when I turned 30, I moved to New York to be with him because he loved me. And looking back, I was just running away from my problems. I wasn't happy in California. I wasn't seeing love acknowledged and accepted by anybody on my family. Like it was just, it is what it is, right? So I moved in with him when I turned 30, and again, it was good on paper, but everything else, it was just he proposed and I accepted, but again, it wasn't the relationship that I wanted. And I kept telling him, like, you deserve better. Like, I'm not the one for you, but he kept wanting to be with me. And it was because I didn't have any self love. I couldn't love him the way he wanted me to love him, but he still loved me anyways. So, I moved there, been with him 13 years. And then my sister called me and was like, hey, if I have another baby, would you come over and help? Everything in my body was like, yes, you have to go. You have that, like, that is where you are meant to be. So I left a 13-year relationship. I moved here, here where I'm currently at in Seattle. Um, when I was 36, and then when I turned 37 was when I officially moved here, right? And then I started my journey of like watching tarot videos, watching pick a cards. I got a tarot reading done for me, and like something awakened in me, and I started going down the rabbit hole of spirituality. I first started with pendulum, asking yes or no questions. Then I did like the Ouija board A to Z, and then having my spirit team, point to the word that they want me to. It's kind of like Breaking Bad with the dinging, but in a not in explosion. Sorry, that's a spoiler alert. But yeah, um, now I'm able, and then I did auto writing. So then I asked spirit to just write for me. Like now I have clear hearing, audience or whatever, where I can hear what they want me to say. So I just write it in my writing so it's not too messy and crazy. But yeah, it's interesting, you know. I started with this, yes, no questions, then having a way to communicate with them. This I got from an expo in April. And um, then doing the auto writing, then getting my own tarot cards. Then, you know, like now I have 42 tarot and oracle decks, like combined. Don't know which one's which, but total. And it's just like the rabbit hole. Now I am able to channel Dougie Ham, the divine universe, God, source, energy, holy almighty spirit. And it's just like it's such an amazing feeling. Sometimes it feels kind of weird. Like, am I talking to them or am I crazy? But I know I'm not crazy. Well, I know I'm crazy, so that doesn't mean I'm crazy. You know, like you're truly insane if you don't know that you're crazy. So, but yeah, 3113 on the timer, mirroring numbers. It's a new beginning, and my spirit team is with me, guiding me all the time. Spirit team, is there anything else you want me to say to my glowing angels? And hold on to hope. Your dark day, they want me to tell you about Be Kind Rewind. It was crazy because like after I started to heal myself, I was thinking I need to be a life coach because I want to help people heal the way I have. But it felt so forced and it felt so like salesy to me and it's so heavy. And then I came to a realization on the anniversary of my dad's death that like I should just be a tarot reader. You know, I should just be a channeler, a medium, a psychic, and help people heal this way. I didn't have to do it a different sort of way. And then so like I'm starting my business doing that, doing tarot reading, channeling, you know, connecting to people's inner child, shadow self, highest self, the divine, connecting to them and like oh my goodness. I call myself Yee Magic and the magician is popping up. You saw me, well, I don't know if you saw me, but I'm just shuffling, right? Like and my name, my company is Yee Magic, you know, so it's so beautiful. Like being able to, I've been seeing angel numbers all the time. I call you guys my glowing angels for a reason. We all have a light within. We all shine when we are our own authentic self. The brighter our light shines. So when you stop hiding yourself, your shadow self is stopping protecting you. You are able to shine your brightest. 3333 on the timer. Your spirit team is with you. You Are Not Alone by Michael Jackson. They want you to hear that song, but know that your spirit team is watching you and you are not alone. Um, what was I saying, spirit team? Oh, excuse me, sorry. I'm releasing energy. They were reminding me that I'm starting my business and then the Hierophant is here. I have knowledge to teach. I don't have to be a life coach to help heal people. This is my calling. I am meant to be a tarot reader, channeler. I am the magician, you know. So I'm E Magic and I'm here to help connect you to yourself, your inner child, shadow self, higher self. There's different like psychics for different people. The ones that will resonate with me, who will understand and will, you know, we're compatible. But like, there's so many that are pretty famous, like the guy who talks to dogs and know what they feel like. And then there's that, that Netflix one that says the touching the butt of things and they can hear what so it's like, uh, Battle of Faith was really interesting. But it's like, and That's So Raven, it's like, it's very interesting, and it's just being open-minded to all the different possibilities, because once you close your mind, once you assume, once you close yourself off, you limit yourself from different possibilities. And then, like, I'm not religious, I'm just spiritual. So like, it may seem crazy to other people, but like my sister, she doesn't understand all this. And like, I'm gonna tell you something crazy, but like, when I started connecting to my spirit team and my dad and people who had passed on, I was in my dad was like, I want to talk to your sister. And then in my gut feeling was like, no, she's gonna be so mad. I like I she doesn't believe in all of this stuff, right? And then but my dad was like, I want to talk to her. And then I told her, like, Dad wants to talk to you. And then she got so mad. And then it's just a life lesson that I should listen to my intuition. Even if spirit is telling me something, I need to use my discernment, um, and my judgment. If doesn't feel right, I'm not gonna say it. But it depends. For clients, it's different. But me knowing my sister, I knew that, like, that was not it. So yeah, now it's a different, because that was when this first happened. Now me and my spirit team have a better understanding of, like, we were navigating our relationship. So I was really mad at them when that happened. They're laughing because, yeah, um, but yeah, it's all under water under the bridge now. So um, spirit, is there any other message for my glowing angels? What else to talk about? Talk about how you felt growing up, which you did, so you don't have to go back there. So, what is it? Sorry, I'm just having a conversation with them. I know it gets confusing. Um, I've been alone most of my life, and they're telling me that I've had the power within me my whole life. So, it's the hermit mode. I've been alone doing the introspection. Well, just alone. The introspection is recent, but I had the control all along. So do you. You are the author of your book. You tell the story how you want to live it. It's up to you and up what you want to do with your life. They're suggesting you to fulfill your own cup, which I did, which they helped me with. Like, I started self love, self care, self everything, respect. I got tired of getting tired. I was tired of people pleasing. I was tired of feeling less than and hiding who I was and being ashamed for who I am, until I started accepting me for me, loving myself for who I am, like the good, the bad, the beautiful, and the ugly. It's just learning to integrate all parts of me to become my highest self and being one with the divine. So, Spirit, is there anything else you would like me to say? Mm. Moving away from things that no longer serve you. We may want certain things. We may be stuck in our own mind, confirmation, but when we realize we deserve better and we pick ourselves first, we move away from things that no longer serve us, so that a better opportunity comes our way. Nothing new will come to fruition if like you're still holding on to, it's like storage and memory. This is how much space you have, and if you it's already full, nothing new can come in. But if you remove some of the stuff, more you have different opportunities, right? Uh, but yeah, I fell in love with tarot and just starting my business, booked a booth in October, the same fair that I went to, or the same expo I went to in April, my first one. I booked a booth where I'm actually one of the psychics there providing the service, and it's just like I'm so excited, I'm so scared, and the day of the expo is October 17 and 18, 2026. And October 18 is my grandma's birthday from my mom's side. So it's very in alignment. It's been very like, okay, this is the path. This is the signal, the sign, what you gotta do. I'm listening to my intuition and my gut feelings, and I stop second guessing myself and stop seeking validation from other people and other things, and just I understand. Thank you, Spirit Team. Um, it was 5 of Cups and 7 of Wands. Like, you stand your ground, know your worth, have this undenying ability of truth of who you are. The lights are fading, so I think it's time to head out or just stop the video. Oh no, it's because of that. Okay, I understand. It was my twinkly lights. Yeah, there's a lot of the green little dots. I think they are my spirit team watching over me while I sleep. Tower moment. Changes are coming, and it's learning to adapt to the changes that's coming in our way in our life. Like for me, I know the foundation that I was on is on unstable ground. I was waiting for the shoe to drop. I was waiting to be whatever it was. So I let it all crumble. I learned my life lessons, and I'm ready to rebuild my own business, who I am, building my own foundation, starting from the beginning, and then let's see where I go. Because I'm manifesting being a multimillionaire. I'm manifesting so much success. I'm manifesting, and I'm doing the actions to get me there. So I'm at the beginning. 2 of Wands. What directions do you want to go into? And 9 of Wands. You're so Cynthia, you are so close to success you don't even know. 9 of Pentacles. You're gonna be rich money, honey. Sorry, this is reading for myself. But nothing everything happens for a reason. There's a reason for everything. There's no coincidences. It's like everything, what will be, right? I've overcome my bad habits. I've understand them. I acknowledge them. I accept them for what it is. And 10 of Pentacles. I love tarot. They just have. Oh my goodness! Darn it! Where are you? I saw the Magician. Dang it! As I was shuffling, yeah. But whenever I see the Death card, it means I ask Spirit. Whenever I see this, it's a confirmation that I quantum leap, that I shifted timelines. That's so crazy. And then whenever I see the Magician, it's just confirming that I'm on the correct path. Like, I'm Yi Magic. And like, I love tarot. I really do. I love my spirit team. Um, Spirit, is there any other thing you want me to say to my glowing angels about who I am? Live authentically true to you. Stop hiding who you are. Keep shining your light. It's getting dimmer. I need to charge the light. But uh, focus on yourself. Self love, self care, self acceptance. Oh, it looks so weird. My eyes. Sorry. But yeah, I'm Yee Magic. You're my glowing angels. Be true, be you. There's no one else like you. Just live your life fully and integrate your inner child, shadow self to become your higher self. And when you know who you are, you know your worth. You don't, nothing else, other people's opinion doesn't matter. Yeah, it may hurt, but it's not worth it. They are not worth it. You are worth it. So live your life. Don't live life for other people because it never ends up well. Thank you for watching. Keep glowing, my angels. You are worth so much. You don't even know. Thank you. I'm Me Magic. See you next time. Bye.